For President Bush, the majesty of his first official visit to the Holy Land was tempered by the difficulties he faces in his mission here of helping his host, Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Olmert, negotiate with the Palestinians the final borders of a Palestinian state.
The atmosphere in America was nothing's going to happen, see? That these issues are too big on the ground, therefore you two can't get together and come up with any agreements.
Those issues include daily rocket attacks on Israeli civilians launched from the Gaza Strip. The narrow stretch of land is ruled by Hamas, the militant group which has sworn to the destruction of Israel and wants to derail Olmert's talks with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, whom Mr. Bush will see in the West Bank on Thursday.
As to the rockets, my first question is going to be to President Abbas, what do you intend to do about them?
Hamas's continued control of Gaza threatens the viability of the two-state solution for Israel and the Palestinian Authority. Senior Bush aides alluded to that problem when they said today they don't want a three-state solution. Olmert said simply, Gaza must be part of the package.
And as long as there will be terror from Gaza, it will be very, very hard to reach any peaceful understanding between us and the Palestinians.
Also at issue, Israeli housing construction in the West Bank and Jerusalem. When then Prime Minister Ariel Sharon visited the White House 4 years ago, President Bush gave him a letter saying the U.S. wants any final negotiation to acknowledge the reality of existing major Israeli population centers in those lands. Aides said today the president stands by that letter, and Olmert made clear his negotiating partners must accept that Jews are in those lands to stay.
And there might be things that will happen in the population centers or in Jerusalem, which they may not be in love with, but we will discuss them and we will not hide them.
The president's agenda also included Iran and its ever bolder bid for primacy in the Mideast. Since early December, when U.S. intelligence agencies announced Iran had suspended its work on nuclear warheads 4 years ago, the Israelis and some Arab capitals have worried the Bush administration may act less aggressively to check the Iranian threat. Olmert, speaking in Hebrew, tried to dispel that notion.
I certainly am encouraged and reinforced, having heard the position of the United States under the leadership of George Bush, particularly on this subject.
After visiting Ramallah and Bethlehem, the president's next stop will be Kuwait, where he is scheduled for the first time in more than 4 months to meet face-to-face with his top military commander and top diplomat stationed in Iraq. Brett?
James Rosen live in